With movie theaters now fully open, July is shaping up to be the biggest month for movies in well over a year. Here to give us a rundown of the films worth looking for next month are film critics Chuck Kaplinski and Pam Powell. Welcome back.
Thank you.
All right, we got a bunch we're going to try to get through. We're going to do our best.
Well, you know, we were backlogged. I mean, a lot of stuff that was supposed to be out last summer is coming out now, and other things were planned. So, yeah, there's a lot to get through. A lot that I'm looking forward to. One that I'm looking forward to is called The Tomorrow War, which is going to be on Amazon on July 2nd. It's a film that was supposed to be out last year. It stars Chris Pratt, and this is an interesting premise. Apparently, in the future, we are fighting a war against aliens, and we are losing. So, a group of people, including J.K. Simmons, come back from the future to recruit people from today to help them fight this war. So an interesting kind of time travel concept with this whole thing. Let's hope that the rest of the movie is as innovative and it doesn't just end up being an empty by-the-numbers action movie.
Was that the Farmers Insurance commercial guy?
It is.
Okay.
Oscar winner.
I thought it was. Yeah, I knew he was an actor, but I always think of him in that role.
Apparently, he is jacked for this.
He looks pretty like he'd done some working out. All right, Pam, you're up.
I'm excited about that one, too. But also on July 2nd is Long Story Short. It stars Rafe Spall, who you might know from the Apple TV series Trying. He gets married, and something happens on his wedding day, and he ends up living 1 year later every few minutes. He sees his life basically flash before him and all the mistakes that he is making, has made, or will make. How will he cherish those moments, and can he go back to his wedding day and set everything straight? This looks like a sweet romantic comedy, and I love Rafe Spall, so I'm really excited about that. That'll be July 2nd, I believe, in theaters.
That's a fascinating concept, too. I like when people think of something new and actually do a movie about that.
Yeah.
This not so much new, but Black Widow, I heard you guys just talking about that a few minutes ago.
Hey, you know, a lot of people say that the summer movie season has already started. Summer movie season for me is going to start July 9th with Black Widow, the latest in the Marvel Studios trilogy, franchise, whatever you want to call this. Interesting thing about this, though, is this is a prequel. If you've seen the last two Avengers movies, well, you know what happens to her. So we go back and see how she becomes the Black Widow, and then we see Florence Pugh, who was last seen in Little Women, a favorite of ours, and this is going to elevate this film, maybe even make Pam want to see it. But I want to see it July 9th. Really looking forward to it.
I remember when people would die in the movies and they were just dead. You didn't see them anymore ever.
Weird, right?
And now we figured out all these ways to bring them back. No, it doesn't work that way.
Can't wait for Black Widow.
All right, how it ends?
How it ends. Also, this one comes out on July 23rd, and this was a part of the Sundance Film Festival. Zoe Lyster-Jones stars as Liza, and it's the end of the world. Today is the last day that everyone's going to live, and she's going to take full advantage of that day. And she ends up trekking through the streets of LA and finding those people that are special to her and having a conversation with them. It's a very fun, light-hearted comedy, which is kind of a crazy concept when you're talking about the end of the world. Great movie, and that comes out on July 23rd, I believe, in theaters also.
Feels like we could do one of these of all movies that have to do with the end of the world.
I know, right?
It feels like there are a lot of them out there. All right, Chuck, the Comeback Trail, is that next on the list?
The Comeback Trail. I was really looking forward to this. Now I'm not so sure because the guy who directed this directed one of the worst movies I've seen in some time, that one with Morgan Freeman. However, this concept sounds interesting. There's Robert De Niro. He is a movie director who owes a lot of money to the mob, and Morgan Freeman is in charge of that. Well, he comes up with a scheme. He decides that he's going to make a movie with this guy, this actor played by Tommy Lee Jones, who's very eccentric and always does his own stunts. So they're going to make the movie. They're going to insure Tommy Lee Jones as much as they can, put him in situations and hope he dies so that they can get the insurance money and pay off the mob. This sounds like a great idea. And with that cast, you also saw Emile Hirsch there. I hope it is as smart and as imaginative as the premise, because it sounds like a lot of fun.
I had no idea Tommy Lee Jones was still acting, quite honestly. I just haven't been paying attention. So I remember in The Fugitive, he seemed old to me at the time. So
he was born 30.
Yeah, okay, that's how that worked. Speaking of old, this next one you're talking about could also be subtitled The Chuck Kaplinski Story.
Oh, true. Oh. High five on that one.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, it's called Old, and this one comes out on July 23rd, and it's directed and I believe written by M. Night Shyamalan, if I said that right.
Not even close.
Not even close. It stars Gael Garcia Bernal, and it's about a family that goes on this vacation in this beautiful tropical paradise. And again, we've got this whole aging thing going on and time warp. And the family ages before our eyes, and they end up living their entire lives in one day. They have others there. There are, I'm sure, clues and different things that they have to do in order to be able to save themselves. It looks pretty chilling and thrilling just looking at the trailer. So I'm excited about that one.
M. Night Shyamalan is kind of known for that, right? I know very little about movies, but that much I've heard.
Sixth Sense,
yes.
yeah, that kind of thing. So.
I see dead people. Okay, I think we have time to get at least one more in.
Go for it.
Stillwater. Stillwater is a film that they're going to be talking about at Oscar time. This is from Thomas McCarthy, who directed Spotlight, which won the Best Picture a few years back. Has Matt Damon as a guy from America whose daughter is abroad, and she ends up getting arrested in Paris. Of course, the legal system there works very different than it is here. He's running into a lot of red tape, a lot of bureaucracy, so he decides he needs to travel over there to try and get her out. That premise, Damon in charge, McCarthy directing and writing, I'm there. And I think that's a lot of talent there, and it sounds like a great premise.
Yeah.
A quick sum up for Jungle Cruise, and then we're going to roll.
Jungle Cruise, all I have to say is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Emily Blunt, adventure, Jumanji type thing.
Ooh.
Yeah, right?
It's Jumanji-like? I'd be into that.
There you go.
Right. Whew, that was a bit of a marathon. Thank you, guys. Well done. Lots to look forward to in July. We will run down all of those movies for you so you can reference those on our website. You can also find the Real Talk with Chuck and Pam Facebook page and website when you go to CILiving.tv.